Gentlemen, I was working out today, and this is primarily the motivation for this video, and it made me think. So, for those of you who don't know, there's this chemical called dopamine. It's the feel-good chemical. Dopamine is that feel-good feeling that you get when you do something that, that your brain appreciates. Let's say, for example, you eat something tasty, you smash, you get a good grade on your report card. You see a friend. It's the reward chemical, and its purpose is to keep whatever thing that made us happy sustainable. They're like, our brain is like, okay, this feels good. Bam, dopamine. I'm gonna reward you. Keep doing this thing. So when I was working out today, I gotta hit, after finishing my workout, I gotta hit a dopamine. And that makes me motivated to continue to work out. That makes me, oh damn, that felt real good. I got my workout. Now I did a PR today. So I was feeling really good about myself. And not only that, not only do you get dopamine, not only did I get a hit of dopamine, I got a hit of serotonin, which is a mood stabilizer. Serotonin is responsible for, keeping negative emotion down and keeping, positive emotions sustained. And one thing you'll notice with people low in serotonin is they tend to be hunched. Like typically, normally speaking, I have, bad posture and stuff like that. That's primarily from like hunching over too much, but also it was because I had low self-esteem and stuff in the past. But I noticed that after I get a workout, I get hit with dopamine from finishing the workout and serotonin. So my back straightens up and I'm walking with pride and stuff like that. Okay. The point of this video is you do, obviously do things that give you dopamine. And for a lot of people, this is where they mess up. We'll use women as an example. They say, when I get the hot girl and have sex with her, then that will be the reward. So your goal is to sleep with a hot girl, and that's the reward. So like when you finally get laid, it gives you that hit of dopamine and motivation to continue. But the problem with that is it's a numbers game, and you're going to go through plenty of rejections before you get to sleep with the quote unquote hot girl. So what I'm trying to say to you is you change the goalpost. Change the goalpost. Lower your expectations. Maybe instead of, if I sleep with this girl, I'll be happy, you can change to, if I talk to this girl, I'll be happy. That way, you just speaking to the girl, regardless of the outcome, will give you that dopamine, therefore giving that motivation to continue said habit. A lot of guys get discouraged in the game because they don't have that intrinsic motivation to continue talking to women, time after getting rejected. And that primarily you're putting your goal way too high. Way too high. You put your goal way too high. You're not gonna have the discipline, and you're not gonna get that hit of dopamine able to sustain you. So here's what, like I said, change the goal. Instead of saying, I get that hit of dopamine when I sleep with this girl. Say, I'm going to talk to this girl and I'm going to feel good about myself because I did something that a lot of people are terrified to do. You know how many men are terrified to even approach a girl and declare feelings? You know how vulnerable you have to make yourself to declare that you like someone, a stranger? It's very difficult. With that being said, you should pat yourself on the back for even approaching her. So I encourage you to change the goalposts. If you have a fitness goal and you didn't lose 10 pounds by 3 weeks, change your goal. Say, I'm going to be proud of myself for getting up and going to the gym. I'm going to be proud of myself for making a health conscious decision instead of, eating a cheeseburger. I'm going to be proud of myself for giving consistent effort over time as opposed to the goal. And it had me thinking about this book. It's called Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. And in the book, he basically said that the moment you lost motivation, it was like you were sick. The people who died the quickest in the camps were the sick and the people who've lost motivation. And he attributes one of the ways to him surviving in the camps was to giving himself intrinsic motivation throughout the day and each day. So he was getting hit with that dopamine levels, able to continue, that survival mindset, able to continue, with a positive mind. But move the goalposts, gentlemen. Move the goalposts. It's okay to have a bigger dream, a bigger goal. That's fine. I'm not saying that you should just abandon your goal altogether, but you have to move the goalposts, because I don't care how disciplined you are. If you do not have the energy levels to sustain, and even if you are disciplined, if you're not getting that hit of dopamine, your energy would just be lower altogether. So let's just say, I'll go back to that example. Let's just say my goal was, sleep with like 3 women this month and start dating one. And let's just say to reach that goal, I had to approach over 100 girls. So I'm excited about the goal because I'm motivated, because I'm visualizing, visualization of what things could be like can also give you that hit of dopamine. But I'm visualizing what it's going to be like to achieve that goal. So I'm motivated. I'm hype. So I approach the first girl. I'm with good energy. I'm present. The interaction goes well, but she, let's just say she says she has a boyfriend, which is fine. So I'm like, okay, she has a boyfriend, but my motivation is slightly lower. The next approach I go, my energy's still kind of high, but she says that, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. I'm like, all right, cool. I go to the next girl. Motivation's like a medium now. So this girl, she likes me. No. Well, we're going to go to that later. I approach the next girl. The approach is medium. And let's just say if I gave a little bit more effort, and I'm not saying like being try hard or anything like that, but if I was a little bit more present, if I was a little bit more vulnerable in that situation, I probably could have had that girl. But since I gave medium, she maybe thought that I wasn't that interested or that I was BSing or something like that. So she rejected me. All right, cool. Now my motivation is low. So I approach the next girl. This girl has high interest, but because my motivation is so low, I'm just like, oh, let me just get this over with. I'm dragging, and I'm like forcing myself to interact with the interaction because I'm almost like, it's like almost like something I have to do. So I'm interacting with her and stuff, and I'm not really noticing the signs. My energy level is kind of low, and she's kind of thinking that, oh, maybe this guy doesn't like me like that. Maybe he's just playing around, or maybe he's doing this for his friends or something like that. And she's really high. She has like high interest, but then that interest wanes, and then she's like, I'm good, and she rejects you. So you got rejected by 5 girls in a row, and because your goal is to like sleep with 4 and / date 1, you're not getting those dopamine levels. You're not getting that dopamine able to sustain you throughout the rejections. So you're done. You're going MGTOW. You're done. You're going incel. You're like, oh man, this sucks. Oh, F game doesn't work. This is BS. And these girls are out here. They only care about, Chad and Tyrone and all this blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. All right. Lower your expectations, especially if you're just starting off in the game. I don't even care if you're a veteran. I don't care if you're a veteran. I'm a veteran. I've had plenty of successes with code approach. But I still interact. I still enjoy the conversation for what it is. I like bantering with women. And not to get anything from them. I just enjoy talking to women. That alone gives me the dopamine levels to talk to the next woman and the next woman and the next woman. That alone, I don't care about getting sex from her. I don't care about kissing her or nothing like that. It doesn't have to be no sexual attention. It could just be platonic. I don't care. I like interacting with women. So the moment I interact with her, I'm already getting that motivation. And even if she says, oh, even if I did like her initially and I say, oh, I want to get your number and I see you, she rejects me. It's cool. I can go talk to the other girl. I enjoyed the conversation for what it was because the expectation wasn't to get her number. It was just to go up and just to have a conversation. Me having the conversation was the reward. So, change the goalposts. You need dopamine to sustain you. Be safe. Have a good day. There's always more to come.